and pleasure on all social media accounts. Thanks for hanging around with me this morning as we get you set for a huge game coming up tonight on our high school football game of the week. I know last week was also supposed to be a massive game, but turned into a massive blowout at 52-0. As it turns out, Steele's going to be pretty good. But we got another makings of a great game tonight between O'Connor and Johnson. So just hang in there. I'm basically going to be your pregame to the pregame as they get going at 6:30 here in a little bit. Jason's going to down a Frito pie, get some peanut M&Ms and a couple of waters down, and then he'll be good to go for the next 3 to 4 hours as we bring you the high school football game of the week. It is energized, of course, by Hill Electric, and also brought to you in part by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, Frost Bank, Mother's Window Tent, NCE General Contractors, the Sports Institute at TSA OG Orthopedics, and Smoky Moe's Barbecue. Man, college football, first of all, I am a Spectrum customer, and I had to deal with it twice on 2 separate occasions, and I'm not happy about what happened last night. Like Jason said, they screwed all of us Spectrum customers first and foremost, and I am not happy about it at all. First here in this entire pregame show, I'm like, awesome, watching, and I was gone Friday last week. I haven't seen any of these commercials, and all of these things are going on. Apparently, everybody I've talked to had no clue this was even coming. So I'm watching, getting ready for the pregame. It's open happens. It's about to kick off. Next thing I knew, I thought we had just lost because I changed to ESPN2. I went up one. I was like, oh, looks like we've lost cable for the day. Finally, I get, on channel 11. I'm like, oh, it's just ESPN. I didn't know that. And then I see like they've got this note up there. It's like, hey, we're going through this dispute. Spectrum is trying its best to keep it down for you. No, you're not. You're not. And by doing what you did, I don't understand how this helps anything with you, Spectrum, because live sports is really the only thing that matters anymore. Everyone else is buying apps or subscriptions or whatever to get everything else that they want. Live sports is one of those few things that you should be cherishing and holding on to as hard as you can, because it's the one thing that's going to drive us anywhere these days. And now you're trying to take that away from me and blame it on ESPN. I'm sure they want money, but I also saw something where you want Disney Plus without having to pay for it. That's not going to happen. That's Disney's own property. They're not giving you that. So don't front like you're trying to help us. I get it. You're trying to get Disney Plus so you can increase subscriptions because you're getting Disney Plus as a part of the package. It's not going to happen. They've already got me with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. So I tried logging into my ESPN last night, but it's connected to my Spectrum for whatever reason, so I couldn't watch the game. I've got to figure out exactly how to get my ESPN Plus through my login, which is connected to my Hulu and my Disney Plus, to where it's that login that I can then log into and not have to worry about it being connected to my Spectrum, so I can watch it on my terms. And hopefully that's my backdoor way around this whole Spectrum thing. But I'll tell you what, if I lose ESPN, I've got no need for Spectrum. Yes, I love ridiculousness. It's not that big a part of my life. I'd rather fall asleep watching Sports Center than ridiculousness 90% of the time. And I love waking up with Good Morning Football, but they don't play reruns of Total Access enough at night to where it's easy for me to fall asleep to, because it's like the 5th time I've seen it. They do that with Sports Center. That makes that a real easy sleep aid for me. I understand I'm going on a vent and a tangent, but man, I am just not happy with Spectrum. I've been with Spectrum a long time, and I really have never had any problems with them. This is the first time where anything's really happened to have had affected me. The only time I lost anything was during Snowvid. And it's like, okay, I get it. I didn't have power anyway, so it wasn't going to matter. Apparently, Ridiculous. This is on Hulu Live TV. So is Good Morning Football. So there's that. Psycho Ward, appreciate you. Clear my cookies and cache, and I should be able to on my smart TV. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm big on watching something that has played a lot like a Sports Center would be. Those are things that help me kind of unwind at the end of the night. And I see calls coming in. I'll get to you when we go to break. If you just hold down the line for me real quick right there, I will get your name, information. I am producing and hosting my own show, so I can't really talk to you offline. Or maybe I can, because I can set up this audio and try and talk to you during it, because football's right around the corner and I love football, and there are so many great things about it. And I love the Kansas City Chiefs. I love Patrick Mahomes. I love their ability to just kind of draw stuff up in the dirt. It is one of the things that makes that team so lovable to me, is the characters on it. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid. And Andy Reid is known, they're hitting into high school playbooks and stuff and pulling plays. If it works, it's really awesome. And Bro Gamer, you're right there. Edition Direct aren't great either, and I agree with you. But Andy Reid is synonymous for being able to basically come up with plays from anywhere. And he went even above and beyond anywhere when he found this play that he drew up, apparently, or he didn't draw it, somebody else drew up for him, that he actually used in a game, and it worked for a touchdown. As a matter of fact, on the Chris Long podcast, the Green Light podcast, he told a story about a janitor giving him a play.
You look everywhere, though, high school, college. I mean, at least I've heard rumors that you've got guys that go down to the bottom of the ranks to find new concepts and things you might want to go with. Have you ever actually taken something from high school?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I took one from a janitor one time at Green Bay. I mean,
no, wait, you got to tell me this.
Well, no, we had a janitor. It was a mom and pop group that cleaned our facility forever. And then they worked game day. And, you know, this guy kept telling me he was the owner of the company, the father of the family. And he goes, "I've got this play for you." And he kept telling me this over and over. Finally, I said, "Okay, here's a card, draw up the play." And he drew up the play. I go, "Dang, that's pretty good. That's pretty good." We called the play just before halftime, and it scored. And he starts hitting his wife, and he's going, "That's my play. That's my play." And she's going, "Yeah, right. Yeah, sure it is." And that, you know, that's, well, we'll take it from anywhere.
Man, that is something else there from Andy Reid. He will find a play anywhere, and I think it's awesome. I also love that he doesn't care that people know. He's like, "Yeah, I found it from a janitor gave it to me." I was like, "That's pretty good," and I used it. Inspiration can come from everywhere. A lot of people are so stuck and full of themselves that it can only come from their own brain, or they're not going to use it. And I think that is just hubris, and it is not the great sign of a play caller. Andy Reid, freaking amazing. Love you, Andy Reid. Awesome. Juan Garcia says, "Awesome story." Yeah, it was one of those things. They're so great. The Chiefs are at being so down to earth, and I love them for it. Like, if you listen to the Kelsey Brothers podcast, New Heights, man, it is one of the greatest things to listen to, because Travis and Jason together doing things is just so fantastic. And they're funny. They're they seem like regular guys that you would sit down and have a beer with. And you'll always see different clips, like Travis Kelce going to the Taylor Swift concert, trying to give her a bracelet with his number on it. Jason reminding her that she is an Eagles fan. Like, so many great things. Psycho Ward 44 says Andy Reid's one of the greatest coaches of all time. I agree. Andy Reid has done great things everywhere he's gone. Remember those Philadelphia teams that he helped lead not only to 4 straight NFC title games, but also to a Super Bowl? There wasn't a lot of there on those teams. Like, Darren Sproles was a part of those teams, and he was a gadget guy for the most part. They didn't have a bell cow really number one back. They didn't have bell cow number one receiver until Terrell Owens helped to get them to a Super Bowl. Remember, their number one was Fred X. Freddie Mitchell was their number one receiver. And somehow Donovan McNabb and this cast of characters helped to lead this team to 4 straight NFC title games. Andy Reid is a hell of a coach. He was probably never should have been let go in Philadelphia, but one man's trash is another man's treasure, or sometimes just a change of scenery is needed for all parties involved. And I think it worked out for both, because Philly has had 2 titles, been to 2 Super Bowls since parting ways with them, got a Super Bowl, beat Tom Brady when Tom Brady had the best game of his life. That's impressive, with a backup quarterback in Nick Foles. I love everything about the Chiefs, except what they're going through with Chris. It's tough. I understand what Chris Jones wants. I understand the Chiefs side of things. I think that is just going to end up being a mutual parting of ways for both. Kansas City's going to get compensation, and Chris Jones is going to find a new home and all the money he wants, and it's probably going to work out best for all parties involved. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me this evening. When we come back, though, we're going to get you ready for the college football weekend. Longhorns getting set to kick things off. Can they possibly live up to the expectations? And Mingo, I see you on hold there. We're going to get to you when we come back right after this on Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
21 days of beauty. 21 days with daily beauty steals of up to 50% off. 21 days of Slay. 21 days of Yay. 21 days of Are You Kidding Me right now? Beauty's biggest event is on now till September 16th at Ulta Beauty. Discover irresistible deals on must-have brands like IT Cosmetics and Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. Plus, new launches from Pat McGrath Labs. Shop in store, online, or pick up today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
a new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Freshness made easy with Febreze small spaces.
Want continuous freshness that fights odors with no batteries and no outlets? Try Febreze small spaces. Ah, but what's a small space? To answer that, we brought in our lawyer.
Small spaces include, but are not limited to, bathrooms, closets, laundry room, kid room, pet corners, man cave, she sheds, most nooks, and all crannies.
There you go. Febreze small spaces is the world's most convenient. Febreze small spaces is super convenient and never stops freshening for 45 days.
Free happy Febreze, la 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 la.
It's Raymond and Austin. We're back on All-Star Sports Radio. Celebrating their 30th year, our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is offering a 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, the perfect offer for crazy plays, like the famous butt fumble. It's the GOAT of embarrassing plays.
Really, remember when you bet me you could do a live show with a GOAT as your co-host, and he face-kicked you?
Thankfully, I didn't take the under on that one.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect today. The industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You know, you've probably heard me talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. Summer is here, and that means long, hot days for everyone and everything, including your roof. Did you know our hot Texas sun pounding down on your roof can degrade and age your roof? You need a reliable roofer, and that is Stevens Roofing. They're online at stevensroofing.net, or you can give them a call at 210-785-0994. That's Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994.
When traveling to see A&M in College Station, make sure you bring along the guys from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com, RIP Chester Bennington. Miss you this day. Lincoln Park, one of the GOATs of the early 2000s. Chester Bennington's voice, second to none. Man, college football weekend is going to be great. But first, more with this Spectrum ESPN debacle. Mingo called in on the phone lines, 210-656-3776. That is 210-656-ESPN. Mingo, what's happening? Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Hey, buddy. I love your show, man. I miss you on Saturday.
Appreciate you.
I was just saying how, that we got off the Spectrum a long time ago. We cut the cable. We're using Fire Stick now, and that's a little better. I'm getting to see some games, but I'm really, really scared about the streaming stuff because it seems like everybody's going to streaming. Are we going to be able to watch football without having to go to a streaming service? Are they going to take football away from us? And where are we going with this?
I mean, it's going to be very difficult, Mingo. Streaming's a thing. ESPN Plus has the UIW UTEP game this Saturday at 8 o'clock. That's a streaming-only service. The Conference USA had a streaming deal for the UTSA games for the past few years. Like, streaming's not going anywhere. It's actually only going to become more prominent in our lives. And the more services that pop up, the more that's going to be a thing, kind of like social media. It's a wormhole and a rabbit hole that we all grabbed hold of immediately. And now it controls our lives, and streaming services are basically probably going to do the same way because people can get their content out to people without having to go through a provider like a Spectrum to get it to them.
Right. And I agree with, I mean, I see that coming, but what's scaring me is that, hey, social media is still free, with, some of those guys, we're going to have to be shoving out some big time cash to watch our games where we used to be able to watch it for free. It's just, I don't know where this is going. What are we going to do? What can you say?
I agree, Mingo. It is a rabbit hole that we are falling down, and I don't know where it ends. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate the kind words. Thanks. You're welcome on anytime. Call in and be a part of the show. But yeah, there is a lot going on with streaming, with cable services. I am still a very stout cable person because I happen to like cable, especially with Spectrum. I usually don't have a lag on things. Things happen in real time. When you stream, there is a legitimate lag. And when you're dealing with live sports, those lags can be very detrimental, especially when you talk about in-game wagering in certain things, which is legal in certain parts of the area, or via different services like BetUS and Underdog Fantasy. Like, those are things that you can do. And if you're on a streaming site, not as easily, because the play may have already happened. It's going to be very interesting. Incarnate Word and El Paso, UTEP, that game tomorrow night, 8:00 on ESPN Plus. Texas State, speaking of UIW, as GJ Kinney makes his as they take on Baylor in Waco. That game should be fun. It's going to be interesting to see what that offense looks like under GJ Kinney. But of course, the big games this weekend are going to be that of the 23rd ranked Aggies. What do they look like under Bobby Petrino? Does that offense finally look suitable and explosive? And does it have those things that it's been lacking over the last few years, even dating back to Kellen Mond? Like, they scored points, but it's more so because of the talent they had on the field versus the scheme and their ability to actually put up points. I can't wait to see what effect Bobby Petrino has on this offense and how easily offense comes to this team, because it's looked like it's been a struggle. I'll compare it to this, and a lot of Texans fans will understand what I'm talking about. The offense under Bill O'Brien looked like it struggled to put up points despite Deshaun Watson. Like, you had a great quarterback and pieces, but somehow it still looked like a struggle just to score points, even though you could. It was harder than it should have been, than it was under Gary Kubiak, where the offense seemed to just score easily because of scheme. And I'm hoping to see that from Bobby Petrino this weekend with the Aggies as they just hang one on New Mexico, which they should. The 11th ranked Longhorns, that's going to be a very interesting one as they take on Rice, see what Quinn Ewers looks like. But that's going to do it for me here on Extra Innings with Pleasure. We're about to throw it out to the stadium and get you ready for the high school football game of the week. Johnson and O'Connor from Cumberlander Stadium. Jason Minix and Rudy J on the call.
It's R&R in the morning.
R&R in the morning, the host of
Office. Save on all your school essentials, from notebooks to markers. Save on everything you need for travel, like luggage, portable tech, and travel-sized personal items. Plus, save on signs, banners, and posters from Staples Print and Marketing Services. And now at Staples, you can save even more with $10 off document printing when you spend $40 or more.